Welcome to Scholarship 101 presentation, applying for University of Alberta Entrance Scholarship. My name is Vicky, and I will be leading the first half of the presentation, and my colleague Toby will take over the second half. We will begin with a land acknowledgement. We do this to recognize the significance of the land in the process of reconciliation. This honors the true history of North America, its indigenous peoples, and sheds light on the foundation of stories of this country, stories that have historically been overlooked. The University of Alberta, its buildings, labs, and research stations are primarily located on the territory of the Cree, Blackfoot, Stoney, Iroquois, Ojibwe, Saulteaux, lands that are now known as part of Treaties 6, 7, 8, and 8, and homeland of the Métis. The University of Alberta respects the sovereignty, lands, histories, languages, knowledge systems, and cultures of all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit nations. For our agenda today, we will look at who we are. We will look at scholarship overviews, where we will talk about admission-based scholarships and application-based entrance scholarship. We will also look at application review. We will look at tips and tricks on how to apply for scholarships and assessment timelines. To successfully navigate the admission process to the University of Alberta, it is important to be proactive and also plan ahead. Think about what you want your post-secondary experience to be and make it a priority. Here are some of the key steps to follow when planning to apply to study at the University of Alberta. You need to apply for admission to the University of Alberta, and then you need to submit your application for University of Alberta entrance application-based entrance scholarship and awards after receiving your CCID login. Application opens October 1st and closes on January 10th annually. You need to also pay your tuition deposit by March 31st in order to accept your scholarship offers. You also need to apply for government student loans as early as June annually. And please do not miss these deadlines. Check our website at uab.ca/SAFS for more information. Remember to log in into your portals for admission, Awards Hub, and government student loans to stay updated. Now, the University of Alberta offers two main types of scholarship, and that is admission-based and application-based. These scholarships and awards recognize various achievements, including academic excellence, community involvement, leadership, passionate advocacy, and financial needs. Entrance scholarships are typically one-time payment, but for subsequent years, you can apply annually for scholarships and awards. We also have some renewable scholarships and awards and are disbursed over the course of your 4-year degree program, providing an ongoing support. Now we will look at admission-based entrance scholarship. Admission-based entrance scholarships are awarded based on your admission average at the time your admission offer is made, and no application is required for this type of scholarship. Once you receive an offer of admission to the University of Alberta, your admission average, as calculated by our system, is used to determine eligibility for admission-based scholarship within a few days of your offer. This same admission average will also be used to assess eligibility for application-based scholarships and awards. It is important to note that once you are offered an admission, the University of Alberta does not recalculate your admission average at a later time. However, your final high school transcript will be reviewed to ensure your admission average has not decreased from the originally calculated average. So make sure you maintain your strong grades even after receiving your offer. Based on your admission offer, our system will automatically match you with all eligible scholarships. Now we will look at some examples of admission-based scholarship. These scholarships are academically competitive. We have the Gold Standard Scholarship, offered to the top 5% of students in each faculty based on admission average. Up to $6,000 is offered for this scholarship. We also have the Iron Standard Scholarship. This is an entrance scholarship for engineering students based on superior academic standing, and it's valued at up to $5,000 depending on admission average. And then we have the Faculty Honors Scholarship. This is offered to students who are admitted to Augustana, Native Studies, and Campus Saint-Jean with superior academic achievement. It is valued at up to $2,000 depending on admission average as well. And then we have the Indigenous Entrance Scholarship offered to First Nation, Métis, and Inuit students with a minimum admission average of 80%. This offer is valued at $1,500. Now we will look at application-based entrance scholarship. We also have application-based entrance scholarship, which opens on October 1st and closes January 10th annually. So application-based entrance scholarship is offered to students who are top academic achievers, students who are greatly involved in their communities, students who are strong leaders, and students with indicated financial need, or students from equity denied groups. These scholarships are valued between $5,000 for a one-time payment and up to $120,000 over your 4-year for the renewable ones. These are the examples of application-based entrance scholarships. The first one is the Scholastic Distinction Scholarship. It is a renewable scholarship. This is one of our prestigious scholarships. It is a renewable scholarship and it's valued at $50,000 payable over 4 years. It is designed for high achieving students with an admission average of 95% or higher. Recipients are selected not only based on academic, but also on their outstanding character. We also have the Entrance Leadership Scholarship. This scholarship is valued at up to $5,000 and it recognizes well-rounded students who demonstrate leadership in their communities or schools. Students with admission average of 80% or higher will be assessed for this scholarship. The scholarship also rewards students for their accomplishment in leadership roles beyond just academic performance. And we have the Advanced Placement and International Baccalaureate Scholarships. It's offered to students who took AP and IB courses in their high schools. The scholarship is valued at 3,500 Canadian dollars. They are awarded to students who have excelled in these academically rigorous programs, acknowledging their hard work and commitment to advanced studies. And then we have the Fly Home Awards. The Fly Home Awards is valued at $1,500, and it's specifically for out-of-province Canadian students or permanent residents. This award is intended to support travel costs to a student's home community during the academic year. We also have the Opportunities Award. This is valued at up to $5,000, and it's for students who demonstrate financial need and have strong application scores. Some funding for this award is faculty specific, while others are open to all students across faculties. And then we also have the Access Application-Based Entrance Scholarships and awards rather. Under the Access Application-Based Entrance Awards, we have two types of awards. The first one is the Discover University of Alberta Awards. This Discover University of Alberta Award offers $8,000 to students who demonstrate financial need and face significant barriers to education. This award is renewable for up to 5 years. Application opens October 1st and it closes on 15th of February annually. The second type is the Turtle Spirit Pathway Award for First Nation, Métis, and Inuit students. This award is designed to support First Nation, Métis, and Inuit students facing financial need and barriers to education. It provides up to $8,000 to assist with educational costs. It is also renewable for up to 5 years. An application also opens on October 1st and closes February 15th annually. Now we would look at the important details and deadlines for application-based entrance scholarship. So please note that you must apply for undergraduate admission to the University of Alberta before you can apply for entrance scholarships and awards. You do not need to wait for an admission offer to apply for scholarships. You can submit your entrance scholarship application as soon as you receive your University of Alberta CCID and password. This is important because the deadline to submit application for entrance scholarships and awards is January 10th. This deadline cannot be extended. If you apply for admission after this date, you will not be eligible for application-based scholarships and awards. We emphasize this deadline because it may take several business days, excluding the weekends, to receive your login credentials, that is your CCID and the password, after applying for admission. So to ensure you have enough time to apply for scholarships, it is recommended to apply for admission by January 5th at the latest. We use the Awards Hub for all undergraduate application-based scholarships and awards. To apply for University of Alberta entrance scholarships, submit a single application through the Awards Hub. Your application will consist of two sections. The first section will be the general application section, which opens year-round. In the end, the second part will be the entrance scholarship section, open from October 1st to January 10th annually. So please ensure that you complete and submit your application before the deadline of January 10th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And so this concludes my portion of the presentation, and I'll take this time to welcome Toby, who will continue with the second half of the presentation. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Vicky. Now we're talking about what the university is looking for in your scholarship application. When we review your scholarship application, we're really looking for these three key factors: engagement, leadership, and substance. This comes through mainly in your summary of activities and your personal statements. Both parts matter. We want to understand not just what you've done, but the impact you've made, what you've learned, and what makes you stand out. So keep these three words in mind as you work on your application: engagement, leadership, substance. We'll look at each one in more details in the next slides. So for the engagement portion, we are looking for what your level of engagement is in your community, volunteer work, employment, etc. We want to see that you are actively involved in societies or clubs, volunteerism, mentorship, public services, and/or athletics. Do you devote an extraordinary amount of time and effort to these activities? How does your engagement stand out as a special talent and is evident in the positive impact you have on your community? Next is leadership. Leadership isn't just about holding a fancy title. It's about the responsibility you've taken on, the contribution you've made, and the lessons you've learned. Think about the times you stepped up, maybe as a team captain, a volunteer coordinator, a student mentor, or in your workplace. What impact did your leadership have? How did you grow through those experiences? We want to see evidence of growth, reflection, and the skills you've built along the way. The last piece is substance. This is about the quality of your writing and your ideas. A strong application tells a meaningful story. Your statement must be rich in detail and give us a clear picture of your experiences and achievements. The maximum is 250 to 500 words, depending on the section. So make every word count. Don't just list what you've done, describe it. Explain why it matters and connect it back to who you are. Show us that you've thought deeply about your journey so far. We'll talk more about the summary of activities and the personal statement in more details. Try to keep in mind how you are going to convey those three factors to us through each of the responses. For your summary of activities, we want you to show us your passion. Please explain your leadership experiences clearly and in details. We are not looking for a bullet point list. We need to get a really good idea of what your engagement and activities actually are. So tell us more than the position, title, and the organization. What did you specifically do there? What was unique or challenging? This is about you, your role, and the impact of that role, what you like and what you liked about it. Use this section to discuss the impact that the activities have had on you and your community. You have up to 250 words in the summary of activities to talk about all those things. Here's a tip for you. Do not use acronym, shorthand, or lots of abbreviations. You want to fully explain your activities so whoever is reading your application understands everything that you put in your statement. Write it as if you're explaining to explaining your experiences to someone who knows nothing about you. For personal statements, this is your chance to tell us about the things that are important to you, your significant achievements, what you've learned from your experiences, and the challenges you've overcome. Through your personal statements, you want to help us learn more about you and will help the University of Alberta understand what makes you exceptional and how you may contribute to those campus communities in meaningful ways. Take time to reflect on what you have learned, what you have experienced, and how this contributes to your goal. Try to avoid simply providing a list of your accomplishments. This is your chance to really help us get to know you. We are interested in your unique voice, so focus on what you want to say and be true to who you are. We will be evaluating each applicant on broad ranges of criteria, including academic achievement and personal experiences. So be sure to highlight whatever it is that you are most proud of. You will have a maximum of 500 words in your personal statement. Here are other writing questions and tips that can help you stand out. What have you done in a leadership role that has made a positive impact in your community and or to the people around you? Share what you plan to do in the future with your education goals. Share what you will bring to the U of A and why you want to study here. You can include evidence of research into the specific faculty or program you are applying for and how you are a good fit with the U of A campus community. Demonstrate a specific moment of learning, growth, and taking actions through your statements. Think of it as telling a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Here are more tips. Your summary of activities can be an overview of your experiences, but your personal statement should try and focus in on those defining moments. Every experience is made up of moments, specific instances specific instances when something changes. The deeper you dive into those moments that make up your experiences, the more others can connect with you. Instead of writing broadly about how I was a student council, zoom in on the specific moment, like the time you led a project, or solved a challenge, or helped someone. Every moment of your life is a story you could tell us. You can start anywhere. Think about an experience that defines who you are today and where you want to go in the future. You can also consider how your past or current experiences have made you a good fit for the scholarship. Those moments are unique to you and they are what make your application memorable. When in doubt, just focus on the moment. To wrap up the writing sections, here are some final tips. Be yourself. Write in your own words, show your passions, and let your uniqueness shine through. Talk about defining moments. Think of what sets you apart from other students applying for scholarships. These are competitive applications. Be clear, concise, and thoughtful. Write your essays in a Word document so you can edit, spell check, and review. Avoid repetition, acronyms, short words, slangs, and ensure you answer all parts of the questions. AI. It's okay to use tools like AI to help with structure and formatting. Do not rely on it to write your essay. Your authentic voice is what matters most. Follow instructions. Apply early or at least on time. Late applications are not accepted. Ensure all sections are completed and saved. And when you are ready to submit, make sure you press the submit button. You can update your application until the end of January 10th, even if you've already submitted the application. After January 10th, the application will be locked and no further addition can be made. Save your work often. Our tab has a short timeout, so we suggest writing your statement outside of the application. Copy and paste your statement into the application and then save. Now let's talk timelines. We start reviewing applications in January right after the deadline. Scholarship offers begin going out in March and can continue until July, though most are finalized by then. Once you have received an offer, you will have 30 days to accept it, and it's really important to pay attention to tuition deposit deadlines. If you get an award in March, you must pay your tuition deposit by March 31st to keep it. If you get an award April 1st or later, your tuition deposit will be due by the date in your admission offer letter. So please check your UAlberta email regularly and act quickly once you get an offer. Now let's move on to admission-based award timelines. This scholarship works a little bit different. They have a longer acceptance period and the deadline can go all the way up to September 15th. But here's something important to note. Your tuition deposit is still due earlier, usually by May 1st if you received an admission offer before April 1st. If you do not pay that deposit on time, your scholarship offer will be canceled. And since payments can take a couple of days to process, we recommend planning to pay at least 3 days before the deadline. That way you are not stressing about processing deadlines. Outside the University of Alberta scholarships, there are a lot of other places you can look for funding. Websites like Wyconic, Scholarships Canada, and Universities Canada all post scholarship opportunities. But please make sure you are checking that the awards are legitimate. Unfortunately, there are scams out there. Beyond that, don't forget to look at your local community like sports club, faith-based organizations, and workplaces. There are also four new transfer scholarships available. A transfer student is any student who attended post-secondary at another post-secondary institution before applying to the U of A. When applying for admission, make sure you select the correct type of entry, either entrance or transfer student type. If you're a transfer student, you would not apply through the entrance application scholarship application, and you would only apply through the undergraduate scholarship application, which opens on February 1st and closes March 31st. We have the U of A Relocation Award valued at $1,500, which are for students transferring from post-secondary institute outside Edmonton. The U of A Fly Home Transfer Award valued at $1,500 as well. They are for students transferring from outside Alberta. The Unlock Your Potential Awards valued at $2,500, and these are for students who demonstrated interest in experiential learning opportunities that align with the student's career and academic goals. And lastly, the Pathway of Excellence Transfer Scholarship, which is also valued at $2,500. This is based on admission average. Just a reminder that scholarships are merit-based funds offered to students based on academics, leadership, community engagement, and other accomplishments. Bursaries, on the other hand, are non-repayable fund based on financial need. You can apply for bursaries once you are attending U of A in the fall. There are also other supports like emergency loans and the Indigenous Student Support Fund for students who may need immediate or additional assistance. And of course, the government student loan and grants are a big part of the funding your education. These are coordinated federally and provincially and are available to Canadian citizens, permanent residents, and refugees. The exact amount varies depending on your province of residency and are assessed based on financial needs. The great thing is that all government loans are interest-free and payment-free while you're studying full-time. In Alberta, this is done through Alberta Student Aid, but our office can guide you through whatever provincial system applies to you. We also offer student loans 101 sessions in spring and summer to help get you started. We would like to highlight other external scholarship opportunities available to students who choose to attend the University of Alberta. One is called the Schulich Leadership Scholarship. Eligible students have to graduate from high school in the upcoming academic year and are Canadian or permanent residents. This is an award for top innovative and forward-thinking students going into STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math or math. It's valued at 100,000 to 120,000 over 4 years, and every year the U of A selects 6 Schulich students. Eligible students need to show academic excellence, creativity, leadership, and an innovative mindset. Financial need is also considered. To apply, you need to be nominated by your high school. Any high school can nominate a student. So if you're interested, talk to your teacher or counselor early. Offers from U of A are usually made in June. So if the scholarship interests you, definitely start the conversation with your school now. You can also read more about the scholarship on the Schulich Leaders website. Another external scholarship is the Lawrence Scholars, worth over 100,000 over 4 years. This is a little different. It's not about rewarding past achievements as much as it's about investing in your potential for the future impact. It's open in full partnership with 25 Canadian universities, including U of A. Application opens September of this year for the fall entry, and deadline is October this year at noon Eastern Time. You can apply directly through the Lawrence Scholars Foundation at lawrencescholars.ca. If you see yourself as someone with strong character, leadership, and commitment to service, this could be a fantastic opportunity for you. This brings us to the end of the presentation. Thank you for your attention and taking the time to learn about scholarships and other funding at the U of A. Remember, you can always visit uab.ca/SAFS for online resources and tips, or email us at awards@uaberta.ca if you have questions. And of course, all the details we covered today can also be found on the U of A scholarship website. At this point, we would be happy to take any questions you may have.